I know there was no video yesterday. But it still feel like the same day. Because I just worked an 11-hour shift again. No sleep. Off the serpent. You know how I did. So look. The Osiris resurrection myth. Okay, if you want the full thing, link in the description down below to the book. Also, there's a movie about it. Now, I don't know what it's called, because here's how this shit happened. I got my hair done, right? By this girl. You feel me? No, we're not. No. 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 It's nothing like that. That's a homie, swear to God. So I'm getting my John done, right? And when her dad came home, her dad had put on this movie, and I peeped this an Egypt movie, but I'm like, I'm already like, because I'm seeing the type of people who are playing the Egyptians and just all the other stuff, right? You feel me? So I'm like, yeah, but I'm peeping. So first I heard Nephthys, you feel me? Which I know who that is, you feel me? So I'm like, okay, but I'm like, it showed her as like a regular girl, and I'm like, what's going on? And then eventually I seen this one guy stab the king. And I'm like, and the guy said his name was Set. And I'm like, oh shit. They playing out the fucking Osiris resurrection myth. You feel me? Now that's not why I'm doing this. I just found that shit out as I'm doing it. Like, bro, that shit crazy. I ain't seen that person in over a year, cuz. Come on now. But look. I don't know what it's called, but you could probably look up like an Egyptian movie, like like something like that, because like Osiris. I don't know because I saw Set stabbed Osiris because Set. Let me just tell the fucking myth now. You feel me? Let me tell a summary of that shit. The part that matters towards the tree of life. You feel me? Because that's why I'm doing this video as it pertains to the tree of life. Now the whole entire myth, I'm telling you, it's just some good shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's some good shit. It's some good shit. I'm not gonna lie, but all that good shit doesn't need to be applied to the tree of life. But if you read the whole John, you gonna. You're gonna mix it all together. That's what you're gonna. So it starts off with, the part that matters towards the tree of life starts at where Osiris and Isis come to the earth, and they came to the earth to basically teach people and stuff like that. And at the time, Osiris was the king of Egypt. Now, Osiris is a very happy personality, you feel me, happy-go-lucky, really joyful, he likes to party and stuff like that, you feel me. Now, Isis was, she's she's very detached, but she's smart as shit, but doesn't give a fuck about none of that, you feel me, I swear to God, you feel me. Yeah, she's very detached, she really just be she's a healer also. She's a very good healer, and she mainly teaches, but she's good at fucking science, engineering, literally all the earth shit. She's good as fuck at that shit. You feel me? The practical shit and the spiritual shit. You feel me? Now, like I said, Osiris, he's happy-go-lucky and stuff like that. So he likes to party and stuff like that. And on one night, they were partying and stuff like that. You feel me? He got a little bit drunk. You feel me? So he was inside his room and shit. And Nephthys, I'm gonna say Nebuchadnezzar because saying Nephthys is fuck it. Nephthys. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna use all the Greek names because that's more common, I guess. You feel me? So Nephthys walks in on Osiris. Now, Nephthys and Isis are identical twin sisters, you feel me? You can only tell them apart by the shit that they wear on their head, you feel me? Now, because Osiris was drunk, you feel me? He was very intoxicated, you feel me? He thought that was Isis. So he ended up sleeping with her. And then he got her pregnant. And the child was Anubis, you feel me? Just, remember that, Osiris and Nebuchadnezzar had Anubis. That's important. Now, now, fuck. Set found out about this shit. He's like, because Set is already like, he already not fucking with, like, you feel me, like he's very, like, you know, he has a lot of greed, lust, you know, he's that type of, you know, he's already a very hateful, you know, he's pretty jealous, you know, he gets jealous pretty often, not gonna cap, you feel me. He already didn't like his brother like that either, like, you feel me, he was always kind of jealous of Osiris, you feel me, kind of like Cain and Abel type shit, you feel me. So, so, like, you know how that shit be. So, you know, when he heard that shit, he like, oh no, I'm not with that. He like all that. You feel me? So, you know, he plotting on him. He like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. You feel me? He like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And I'm telling you, this shit is all like what they say. Like, obviously the way I'm saying it is not how they say it inside the genre, but this is what the fuck really happened. You feel me? Like, this is what they, you know, this is what it says inside the mythology, because it's a mythology. You feel me? Not like an actual, it's a you feel me? Don't, no literal shit, but the mystical implications, yeah. And so here's how this happened. He called Osiris over, and he's like, "Yo, this coffin." It was basically something with a coffin, some bullshit with a coffin. He got him to lay inside the coffin. No, you feel me, to try some shit out. But all his fiends said, close that on him. You feel me? Sailed it up and shit like that, and sailed him across the Nile River to die and stuff like that. You feel me? So when he got sailed across and stuff like that, he ended up on this land and stuff like that, and his body became like a tree, and the tree was a pillar, specifically the Jed pillar, you feel me? Now, you feel me, Isis found out about that, went over there to get that joint. She eventually got it from the king who found it. She was able to cut it open and get Osiris's dead body out, and from there she conceived Horus, you feel me? Osiris was dead, you feel me? Like, they didn't know, you feel me? But she had Horus, you feel me? A virgin birth type stuff, you feel me? Like Mary. You feel me? So that happens and stuff, you know. And then Horus, right, you know. Oh, no. I can't even start there. So basically, right, after Horus was born, right, Set had found out. Set really found out. Set just had found Osiris's body one day and cut that joint up into 14 pieces, bro. You feel me? And then just spread them Jones out. You feel me? It was like, nah, like, you feel me? Isis found all them Jones, put it back together, and she couldn't find his sexual organs. That's important. She couldn't find his sexual organs. You feel me? But she put him back together and stuff like that, revived him, and he became king of the Duat, you feel me? Or the higher astral plane, the causal realm, you feel me? And everything higher than that type shit, you feel me? This is our Lord of the Perfect Blackness, you feel me, type shit. You feel me? Before he was all green and stuff, now this motherfucker black as shit, you feel me? This nigga the darkest shit you could fucking imagine, you feel me? So, like, but not dark is not evil, my nigga, you feel me? I had the whole world, I had to point that bitch out, you feel me? We could get into the mythology. I mean, we could get into the mystical implications, you feel me? When we go in the later videos, you feel me? You gotta build this type of shit up, you know? You feel me? But so, okay, boom. He became king of the astral stuff like that, yeah. So eventually, right, basically, just know that Horus, he ended up dying, you feel me? But Isis brought him back to life type shit. Eventually, you know, when he started feeling better and he was growing and stuff like that, she put him on to all the wisdom, you feel me, the Christian, the universe, you feel me, type shit. Like, what's a soul, all this other type of shit. Yeah, she put him on to all that shit, you feel me? And eventually his dad came back from the astral plane, you feel me, to say, like, take up arms. It's basically just like Maya. He had to learn Maya and stuff like that, you feel me? He had to learn about, like, how to fight and stuff like that, all that type of shit, you feel me? So eventually he do that shit, and then him and Set end up fighting, you feel me? Now, as they fighting and shit like that, right? Eventually, Isis had Set tied up and stuff like that, but she had felt bad and let him go. So Heru had cut Isis' head off, and then he had dipped, you feel me? Now, when he had dipped, Set had found him and gouged his eye out type shit, you feel me? So he was sitting there, Horus was sitting there fucked up with his eye and shit like that. And then Hathor, his significant other type shit, was healing him and stuff like that. And then Thoth had put the final touches on it. Then he had revived his eye and stuff like that. And then from there from there, eventually Ra had wanted them to stop fighting and shit like that. So Set had invited Horus over for a good time and shit like that. Eventually though, you feel me, Set tried to rape Horus, but Horus popped up in that Amsu men form. You feel me? Or just men, you want to call it just men. You feel me? And then you basically, he overthrew that nigga and was like, you're not about to do that shit. You feel me? And basically he had this whole little plan and shit like that. You feel me? He talked to Isis when they did all this type of stuff. You feel me? And eventually, a whole bunch of stuff happened in the courtroom because like Ra was with the other group, was with the other gods and goddesses that they call them the Enad or the company of God. I'm gonna say the company of gods and goddesses. You feel me? They call it that shit. So like, yeah, they was just all together and shit like that. You feel me? They didn't really want them to fight no more. You feel me? And then there was just this whole big jump, but eventually Horus had became the king of Egypt again. Well, not again, but. I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, when Set had killed Osiris, he became the king of Egypt and Set saw evil and shit like that, you feel me? So when Horus was born, he's the rightful heir to the throne, but they say he was too young and shit like that. The company they say he was too young and stuff like that, you feel me? And but you feel me, that's I was gonna say why, but now we're gonna get into the why later. You feel me? There's a reason why. You feel me? Because Ra had agreed to that type shit. He's like, nah, he too young too. You feel me? Like a lot of them motherfuckers was like, nah, he not too young type shit. But Ra was like, nah, cuz, you feel me? And there's a reason why. You feel me? But yeah. Eventually though, he did overcome Set and stuff like that. Became the king of Egypt and shit. You feel me? And yeah, that's the end of the myth. You know. I'm not even going to summarize that. I feel like this video is probably long enough. And see you guys in my next video. Peace.